interactive. The first time I taught this class, I taught it in California room back before, you know, this building was open and stuff. And I taught it at 8 in the morning, because I'm just like, I want to get up and get things going, which was, you know, they'd roll in their pajamas and sweats and complain through the whole thing. So I relaxed when I moved it till 9, which they still don't like. But they are, it does keep them a little bit of motion and awakeness here. But really, I do notice that if I've immediately missed a point or conveyed it poorly, I'm adding other test questions, and that, as I said, at the very least, I get a instantaneous attendance without having to call roll or have people sign in or something tedious and time-consuming like that. So we can make another slide, and you see this menu that popped up when I'm making a slide. As I put down answers, more blocks will appear, and I'll be able to assign either a correctness or points to that answer if I want to go with a point system. So here you have 4 questions. You could say that we could either just go with correct or incorrect, or we could set a point value here, and not so much. We'll just give that 0 points. And this one we'll give 10 points. This one. And we get it going. Oops, 6 responses. Somebody brought in an extra clicker. Oh. Now we have an even number again. So 67% of you got full points on that. Good job.
Do you ask your students how they feel about them? Have they answered this question with using a clicker?
I have not asked using the clicker. I should. They do, you know, a semester's a long time. I won't say that, you know, I think the luster wears off after about 8 or 9 weeks. And I probably start to use them a little less toward the end.
Have any of them mentioned them on like the end of the year evaluation that you know of?
Yeah, the ones who like them do. I haven't had, but not everybody mentions them.
So that time you didn't reset the slide, but it still worked.
In the new version, if there's no session data for the
Oh, it
current
works.
slide, it'll assume you have none and just go with it.
That's
Okay.
good. I didn't notice that. That's a good catch. They've been working on it for 5 or 6 years now, I guess. So I guess they're starting to really figure out some of the rough edges that were there before. So I was thinking a little bit over the last couple of days of things I'd like to try but haven't had time. Of course, this gets complicated, but if you wanted to maybe write something about these results in some of the educational journals, you know, how do they really enhance learning? Do they really enhance learning, and how? Is more material covered yet without flooding the students? Do they retain it better because you're getting this kind of quick and easy repetition that's not so painful? Deeper understanding, I don't know, that would be hard to tease out, but are these little add-ons, connections to policy, connections to economics that normally you didn't have in the class, but now you're sprinkling them in there because it's basically free on your time? Is that helping? And why, you know, why is this happening? Is this facilitating some semblance of active learning where the students are kind of participating a little more and not just sitting there passively receiving the information or not? Some big questions, you know, how would it be beneficial for the students to, what if the students were to look at the session reports, you know, if you had some sort of, I don't know if that's probably illegal, but you know, some way of letting them see who they were, but keeping everyone else anonymous would probably be okay, but it might wake some of them up to see, wow, how come I get every answer wrong, yet 60% of the class always gets everything right, maybe I should read that chapter before I come to class, that sort of thing. But, it's difficult to do a truly controlled experiment. I don't know if you, I did do some work with technology in the classroom in the late 90s, and I was working with some education assessment people, and you know, it's hard to have one session of the class that uses the technology and the other class doesn't, because they talk and they all want to use it, and then how do you teach those two sessions exactly the same, so that everything else is, the only thing different is the clickers. And you know, I guess I might, maybe the closest thing I could do is just not use the clickers one year and see how the outcomes occur. Because I do more or less teach it the same way every year. My time has gotten kind of so constrained that I just get in there and do it kind of the same way every year, unfortunately. So anyway, this is some things I think about from time to time. They are a lot cleaner than trying to make the kids sit down and take a survey and that sort of thing. You can make them whip through a survey pretty quickly.